Okay, today we'd like to show you some new stuff that we have at Snake Man Snake Shows. And one of the things I'm happy about right now is we have Amazon baby tree boas. My Amazon there finally had her babies. The male I used to use, he died 2 years ago, and since then I've had to try a smaller male. And the smaller male last year didn't do anything, but this year they produced 6 babies. 4 of them was extremely small and didn't make it, but these 2 here are doing quite well. I love the little guys. You see, they got such a little nippy attitude about them, but they're so awesome. I mean, Amazons, even though they are a little nippy, even when they get bigger, they do a lot of striking, but they typically aren't very hardy with their bite. They don't really try to sink their teeth in that much. But a lot of people are still afraid of them because they do strike a lot. I keep them on this mesh here because Amazon tree boas are kind of unique. They really don't like to be on a perch or a stick. They prefer to have a platform up in the air. So as with this here, it gives them that platform so they feel more secure. And this is one of the babies. This is one of the smaller ones. And then let me show you over here. This is our second baby, and this baby here is quite a bit bigger. These are called Halloween babies, which is kind of ironic. They were born on October 13th, and they're here just in time for Halloween. It's hard to tell, I believe from the video here, that these guys, they do have orange markings on them. Now, a lot of people who are dishonest will try to sell these for more money because of those orange markings, but the orange markings, as they grow and they shed, they will disappear completely. So those markings will not be on them. If you look at, I'm going to put a couple pictures at the end of this video so you can actually see the orange markings on them a lot better. Amazon tree boas are one of my favorite type of snakes. I really love these guys. Like I said, they tend to be a little nippy, but that's fine for me. Most tree snakes are. And this snake here, this is a snake a friend of mine got. He just bred them for the first time this year. This is a really cool snake. He's in between the newspaper here. This is a white-sided king snake. And as you can see, he's got the dark markings on the top here, but his sides are completely white. This little guy right now, if you look real closely, let me grab a hold of him, restrain him a little bit. You can see that he's going into a shed. He'll hold still. King snakes are pretty wiry snakes, and I love them. They're good eaters. And we get this guy restrained here. If you look real close, you can see that his eyes are blue, which that means that he's going to go into a shed soon. These king snakes, being they're white-sided, they're not a normal thing that you would find out in the wild, but they are pretty awesome. I do have white-sided black rat snakes, which look quite similar to the king snakes, but the head shape is a little bit different. And we'll just put him back in here, give him his water bowl, and leave him be while he goes to shed. And I'm sure, as you all know, if you're watching this off of YouTube, you can check out our website, which is at the end of every video. If you've been on our website, you all know that we are a snake adoption and rescue organization as well. And we have been slammed in the last couple weeks with a ton of ball pythons. And this beautiful snake here, which is up for adoption. This is a albino corn snake. He's a very beautiful corn snake. He's got the orange and the white markings on him with the red eyes. He is a little nippy, but I think he'll outgrow that very quickly. We offer all our adoption snakes for an adoption fee of $30, regardless of what they are. And we do get beautiful specimens in like this, which would make an excellent addition to anybody's collection. This is another one that came in for adoption. Now this week we have 6 ball pythons that came in for adoption. This was also supposed to be a ball python, but any of you snake people out there recognize this, you'll know right away that this is a carpet python. As you can see, it's a juvenile carpet python. It does have a little bit of an attitude problem, which is fine. That's typically what they do. But it is a beautiful snake, and I was so happy when it was brought to me that it wasn't a ball python. But many times it just amazes me how people don't even know what kind of snakes they have. If you don't know what kind of snakes you have, then how can you properly take care of it? How can you have the humidity and temperature requirements that you need? As you can see, though, he struck at me quite a few times, but he's not totally aggressive. I mean, I am holding him. He's not biting the hand that's holding him. He's a beautiful snake, and again, this is one of our snakes that are up for adoption. $30 adoption fee, and that's what we do. We bring them in, we make sure that they're healthy, we make sure that they'll eat, and we treat them for mites just in case. I never assume that they don't have mites, because mites are something very easily to prevent and to treat when you bring them into your collection. So we always make sure that they're treated for mites. So if anybody's interested in this guy, again, he's for $30. We really aren't trying to make money. We run our adoption program off of donations. People donate mice, rats, frozen food, stuff like that to us. They also donate cash. We have a section on our website where you can donate cash through PayPal or through a credit card. And we do this just to make sure that guys like this aren't turned loose in the wild. This particular kind of snake, if he was turned loose up here, we're in New York, he would end up dying in the winter time. So we try to keep people from turning these loose. We don't want more invasive species out into our environment. These are beautiful snakes, and we want to make sure that they get off to a very good home. Then for adoption, this week we acquired 2 boa constrictors. Very beautiful, very healthy looking boa constrictors. The gentleman just did not have time anymore to take care of them. Had small children, and his wife basically wanted them out of the house. Again, you can see they're very healthy looking, they're very active, they're beautiful snakes, they're calm and docile. This one here, I'll show you the other one. He gave me 2 of these. They're both up for adoption, but hopefully somebody's coming Friday to already adopt these. I think they're spoken for, but they're gorgeous snakes. They have a great attitude. These 2 are small, or at least this one is smaller in size right now. Here I don't generally sex the snakes when I put them up on my adoption section. I really want people not to buy them as breeding projects. I would prefer people to get them for a pet. Get them for somebody who appreciates what they are. There are some breeders who I know take very good care of their snakes. I don't mind them adopting the snakes, but I'm not looking to get rid of snakes just so people can make money off of them. Here, like I said, we are basically a non-profit organization, although we do not run or we're not official, but we do run our organization that way. I have literally adopted out Emerald Basin, Amazon Basin Emerald Tree boa worth over $2,000 for $30. I've adopted out albino boas, which are worth quite a bit of money, again for the $30. It does not matter what kind of snake it is, what its value is. If it's for adoption, it goes for a $30 adoption fee. And this is the larger of the 2 boas that were given to me that are up for adoption. Again, a very good attitude, very healthy looking. The gentleman did take very good care of them. I don't know exactly what kind of boas they are in the pet trade. Normally they're just called Colombian red tails, but they are beautiful snakes. They're very healthy. They eat right. They'll eat frozen thawed, no problem. That's what I feed most of my snakes, are frozen thawed. These are excellent looking snakes, and again, if you're looking for an adoption, please check out our adoption section often, because it does change quite frequently. Once in a while we have used enclosures for sale. The only thing we do not do is ship. So if you're looking to give us a snake for adoption, or if you're looking to adopt a snake, you must come here. We do not ship them out. We do not go out and pick them up. But we have had people send us snakes from as far as California, Maine, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut. People are willing to ship their snakes sometimes because they want them to have a good home. They don't want them to go to Craigslist, where people are just going to take them and try to resell them most of the time. They want to make sure that the snake they've had as a baby finds a good place. A lot of people, especially on forums, will put down people who are trying to get rid of their snakes. They believe if you get one, it's a lifetime commitment. I believe that too, but there are many circumstances which means that you cannot keep your snakes no more. You have natural disasters. We had the hurricane that I acquired a few snakes from. You have people who move, who can no longer keep their snakes where they're moving to. We have gentlemen who have snakes, and then they get married and they have children, and their wife doesn't want the snakes around the children because basically of ignorance. But I do understand that a wife doesn't want a big snake around, babies, because there have been reported cases of, people not securing their snakes properly, leaving them hungry, and a snake getting loose, a large snake getting loose and attacking a baby. So these are all legitimate reasons. We don't judge why you want to get rid of your snake. We're willing to take it. Like I said, ball pythons tend to be one of the biggest type of snakes that we get through here. Last week we acquired 5 or 6 just in 1 week. As the bigger ones are a little harder to get rid of sometimes, but we do have people who appreciate the fact that they're not dealing with the baby. They're dealing with a nice snake like this. He's a little larger, something nice to hold on to, and they are beautiful snakes. As you can see, he's very docile, very inquisitive, with flicking out his tongue, trying to find out what's going on. Just such beautiful snakes. I wish that I could keep them all, but my wife tells me that I can't. So it was actually her idea to start the adoption and rescues, because we did get so many snakes that people just didn't want, and I just don't have the room or the capability to feed all these snakes. Like I said, we do rely on your donations. We do rely on kind people who help us to keep going with our efforts here. And if you guys didn't donate to us, didn't help us out, actually we wouldn't be able to keep doing this. We would at some point have to stop or start telling people, no, we can't take these snakes anymore. And God willing, I hope that's something that we never ever have to do.